We have Seminole County for legalized cannabis in the chat right now, saying legalize it. No, okay? We are not at a point in our country where we need any more degenerates running around. Okay?
If we legalize it, then
look at how many people do drugs.
I'm different. I'm more libertarian on that.
But that's the thing. Our country can't sustain any more degeneracy. I mean, we already look at all the incentives we have. People are already running around making babies, killing them when it's inconvenient, doing all types of drugs.
Well, it doesn't. Here's the thing.
Drinking every weekend. Americans are obese and addicted to porn. We don't need any more incentives.
It doesn't matter
to be degenerates.
It doesn't matter if marijuana is legal or not.
Yeah.
Anyone that wants it can find it somewhere. I can guarantee it. It's already basically legal.
Yeah.
And the only reason it's not right now is because the government wants to find the best way to make the most money off of it. And so I'm all about less. I'm all about less government.
But you see, I believe in freedom, but not for degenerates. Okay, like that's the thing. Do you think it should be lefties' freedom to have these public gay porn demonstrations in streets where kids? But why? It's their First Amendment, right? I think the state needs to crack down on degeneracy a little bit more, right? I mean, there are some people who deserve freedom. And again, our founding fathers said this: were for good, moral Christian people, not for everyone, right? It wasn't for people to have public gay porn demonstrations in front of kids and talk to them about how millions of genders there are.
Well, you know where they don't have the gay porn stuff?
Wait, but
Iraq.
You're talking about pot, though, right? Like weed.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I mean,
look, from pot to child porn.
But that's the thing. I was just using it as an example of an extreme example of degeneracy. But pot, like, look at all the people that smoke weed. Do you know? Do you know any of them that are sort of like well, I take that back. A lot of people are successful that do smoke weed.
Let me talk. I would say I know more people that do than people that don't
smoke weed
at this point. Not necessarily smoke it, but like they, like the edibles or whatever, like in some form. And
all the people that smoke
and you know why they do it though? Because a lot of them, like, they don't want to take Xanax for anxiety. They don't want to take pharmaceutical drugs, so they, will take like a little piece of an edible.
And the weed's better than taking.
Absolutely, yeah.
I see. If you're using it as a replacement for other pharmaceuticals, obviously the other pharmaceuticals are the worst option. I guess a little bit of marijuana.
I know, but if you okay that and say that's okay,
but yeah,
you can get
that with a medical marijuana card who they're issuing to everybody.
Oh yeah, they'll give it to you.
But if you're just,
I don't think you can stop it.
But if you're legalizing,
the only reason it's not legal is because they want to they're going to put a huge tax on it, just like Nevada, Vegas, and Michigan, California. And so once they figure out how to make the most money on it, then we'll have it legalized.
But I mean, like, people who, if it's legalized, people are going to start doing it recreationally. Like, I know there are regulations on the medical marijuana card where you can just, you can just get as much of it as you want. Like, the doctor needs to approve it. But I mean, now you can claim that you have depression and anxiety. You can walk into a doctor's office. Hey, doctor, I'm having anxiety because I'm a little weak wuss who can't handle real life. Give me weed. And then you can get weed, right? Imagine if you can just get that over the counter.
My sister works for, so this is how I know. She works for the companies that they don't issue, so you have to have a doctor issue the medical marijuana license, but like it's I guess the company that holds the license, you have to go see them. It's the doctor you have to go see every like 7 months to get it renewed. But there's no like they don't restrict how much you can get. I mean, it's like a ridiculous restriction. It's like so much that you can never even smoke it all or eat it all. Huh. Yeah.
So once you have the weed permit, you can go get as much as you want.
I mean, there is a limit, but it's like more than you would ever even need, or like so they basically make it so you can't like traffic it. So you can't like just get it and then go traffic it, but it's still a lot.
I mean, they give you enough that what's to prevent people from going to get their weed card and then just go on the street and sell it?
I don't know.
It's not enough to make a bunch of money.
No, because it's expensive. I mean, it's because you're paying for it just like you would a prescription.
I gotcha.
I see.
Yeah, but then if you go sell it,
you can turn it around and sell. Really?
But you can buy weed on the streets for like $10, $15.
And how do these people get it? They get a medical marijuana card and they get so much that they can't smoke it all.
I don't think it would be a viable business option to try to like sell it.
When I got that joint from Brenda, and then remember when I smoked in the parking lot that time? It was the first time I smoked weed since like high school.
And then you got...
Did you remember how tired I got, dude? I almost fell asleep on
I guess it has different effects on all people. But that's the thing. Like, I think we're at a dire point in our society where we need people to stop being, weak and take hallucinogens. I think we're at a point where we've gotten too comfortable, and we need to like we need like a fire under American men's asses, because That's why I'm against all hallucinogens. I mean, alcohol is enough, but look at
Well,
people are already addicted to a bunch of stuff.
Weed's not a hallucinogen, and personally, like if you look, big pharma destroys lives. I mean, literally lives. Millions of lives are destroyed by big pharma. So if someone wants to try to look for an alternative to that through a natural solution, which is literally grown in the ground, I'm all for it. But and
has
I'm
anyone
also,
ever OD'd on weed?
No. Not, I mean,
can't
maybe. I don't know why I'm
You
answering.
can't?
I don't know.
You'll pass out, I think,
fall
before you
asleep?
take the legal dose of it.
Yeah.
So it's
lethal
safer
dose.
than alcohol.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For
I mean, yeah, you
sure.
can get ethanol poisoning.
I mean, so here's the thing that's
alcohol.
crazy to me is like, people will get drunk and drive
kill
and,
somebody.
or themselves, but alcohol is still legal. You can still go to a bar till 2 o'clock in the morning and, but with weed.
What are the chances of somebody smoking a whole bunch of weed and then getting in a wreck and killing?
That's a good question. We should look that up.
That's definitely.
Dude,
I mean,
I'm
you
just
can get
saying.
high. You can get too high to drive, right?
I'm sure.
I bet I
Yeah.
could. Dude, when I smoked that, I only took like 3 hits off that joint.
But
and
that's the
I don't
thing.
think I could have drove.
Why
home.
should Americans, why should the most badass country in the world need all these hallucinogens on free reign? I mean, why can't you just deal with real life? There's real life going on. You can deal with your problems like a man. You don't need some hallucinogen to make you forget your problems. That's how we got to this point to begin with. Oh man, I have so many kids. They're such trouble. I'm just not going to raise them. I'll let school do that. I'll just smoke
It doesn't
weed.
matter
There are a
if
lot
it's
of-
legal or not. So if you go to the
Yeah.
CDC website, you look up like fentanyl testing strips, and there's literally a page on the CDC website that says before you do your cocaine, go to this website and buy fentanyl testing strips. Or if you don't have the money to buy them, we'll send them to you for free. It's on the CDC website.
The government hands out crack
They
pipes,
yes,
bro.
so
Crack
like
pipes.
it doesn't matter if it's legal or
that's the
not. The
thing.
only reason it's not legal
Yeah.
is because the government wants to make money on it, and that's BS.
Our government is encouraging. I mean, yeah, there's no questioning that. Our government is
They
encouraging.
give you free needles.
A weak, feeble, degenerate, drug-addicted society. Our
I mean-
government are encouraging that because the only way to fight
I mean,
back.
look at right
Yeah.
now, right? So we have the CWP, concealed weapons permit. Well, why do we need a permit to carry a weapon when the Second Amendment says that we have the right to bear arms?
That's unconstitutional.
Shall not be
But
infringed.
think about it. They did that though so that they could make money on it. Oh, if you
course.
require a permit, then we're not technically taking away the right. It just makes you have to pay money and go through all these it's stupid.
That would be different if the Second Amendment didn't say shall not be infringed at the end. Right.
That's the part they don't understand.
Actually, that's the
Yeah.
thing. That's the thing. What a lot of people don't understand. The right to keep and bear arms is not a privilege. It's a right. Driving is a right. The right to healthcare. No, driving is a
Driving is
privilege.
not a right.
Privilege,
Driving
yeah.
is a privilege. Healthcare is a privilege. Everything else is a privilege. Being able to go and pick up medical, whatever.
If it's
is
not a
that's
right given to you in the Constitution,
Yeah.
then it's not.
we can't
it's a
we
privilege.
can't put the right to keep and bear arms along with healthcare, all that stuff. That's all right. The rest of those are privileges,
Yep.
and that's what makes it such a big difference
Yeah.
as to why some things could be regulated, because it's not unconstitutional to regulate those, but regulating firearms is actually unconstitutional.
Yeah.
Well, I
Right.
think regulating anything it should be. I'm just all about.
But that's the
Anytime
thing,
the
but-
government
yeah.
never the government is never the solution to any problem.
Never.
Never.
Nothing. For nothing.
But that's the thing. The founding fathers, when they gave people liberty, they didn't just give them liberty to just do what. Like there are some things that are still going to be state regulated.
Oh, yeah, of course, of course.
Because they understood liberty is only for moral people, right? Once you let the state deregulate morality and let
Yeah,
everybody run
yeah.
wild. Now what? Now you have the liberty to be a degenerate. A society is not
No,
going to
you're
stand
right,
like
yeah.
that. Go ahead and shout out your platforms,
Yes.
social media, where they can follow you and support your campaign.
Yeah, so I am happily accepting donations and volunteers on walker4seminole.com. It's the number 4. And you can go to facebook.com/walker4seminole. On the website, there is a link to donate, but if you can't donate money, that's okay. We'll gladly take your time. So you can click to volunteer, and we have lots of different activities that we can plug you into. So, yeah.
Man, it's been 2 hours. It didn't feel like it. This was
No,
such
it
an
was-
interesting dialogue.
yeah, it was
Thank
so
you for
fun.
joining our podcast, Ms.
Thank you for
Brittany Walker.
having me.
Yeah.
We look forward to having you again soon.
Yes.
Whenever you want to come on, give us a shout.
Hey,
Um,
before the
anytime.
primary.
All
yeah,
right,
for sure.
Yeah.
Anytime. You're always welcome here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right,
We
this has
want to
been-
get you in there. You got to win.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You and Sabatini.
And then he
God
cuts
bless
it.
America.
Yeah.
God bless America and happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, people. Think about what the founding fathers did 247 years ago and think about replicating it soon. God bless America.
And whatever you do, don't forget to vote for Anthony Sabatini.
And Corey Mills. Corey Mills doesn't take money from
And
insurance
Brittany
companies.
Walker.
Brittany